welcome back. So last week I was in a new environment, and the people that came to this environment, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I kept coming across people who had, like, you can tell something heavy was weighing on them, and they just, looking at their expressions, they came across as if they were just carrying, like, really heavy loads. And for some reason, despite the environment being kind of hectic, and I don't really want to say chaotic, but it was a little more fast-paced than I had been used to as of lately in that scenario of where I'd be at. And despite that, my demeanor was more upbeat and cheerful than I expected it to be due to, like, the circumstance. And I was more so in a cheerful, playful mood, which is typically my nature when I'm, like, comfortable. So I don't know what that was about. That has nothing to do with this, but I was more so in a chipper mood, let's just say. And when I would speak to the people that were coming up, you can see the shift in their responses after the encounter. And it physically, you could see their demeanor change. Like, it looked like whatever burden they were dealing with just was lifted off of them, even if it was just for that moment. Like, they probably walked out that door and still had to go deal with whatever they was dealing with in life, but just the encounter itself was just like, you could see a sigh of relief or a breath of fresh air just move through them. And it made me think of the Bible verse, Matthew 11:28-30. It says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." It's like, for people that genuinely encounter who Jesus is, it's that same thing. Like, once you get that connection in your mind to who Jesus is supposed to be, it's that sigh of release or of relief, that breath of fresh air, because it's like he's taken on my burdens or things that are weighing heavy on me that I might feel convicted of, because that's what he died on the cross for. Like, that's literally what he came here to do. And it's like, once your brain makes that connection and you can just let that burden go, like, not think about it, not be in the moment of feeling like you have to deal with these situations. It's just like, you can physically see it. Like, I don't know what you might be going through. Life is really hard. It's not easy at all. But it is easier when you allow Jesus to be that burden carrier in your life. Like, another thing that stood out in the text was humble. Like, these people, even in encountering them, they didn't give off the spirit of, you can't help me, or your presence being here isn't what I need. Like, that wasn't the exchange between neither one of us. Like, I wasn't there to try to save anyone, and the encounter didn't seem like it was supposed to be someone looking to be saved. It was just more so God really uses people. Like, we are vessels. If you're a willing vessel, he will use you in situations. And in those situations, it's just those encounters, I guess, was what we both needed. One, because I needed to feel how I normally, naturally feel again. Because I'm not hard or mean and harsh all the time. And to be rigid and restricted just due to environments, for me, is not my normal. And it's not how I should feel. It's not how I want to feel, but it is how I feel often for quite some time now. But to get back to how I normally feel, just being was a sigh of relief on my end. But to see how God used that situation for the opposite end, where you can see people just looking, shoot, I guess it's the same burden, just different perspectives. Either way it goes, the burdens look different, but it was still burdens regardless. But to see how God can change a situation just by being who God is and us being willing vessels of what he intends for us to be, shows what God is trying to do in these times. And I totally got off track, but it was the humble. I was trying to talk about how just being humble enough to be a part of the experience, I felt like went a long way compared to there were people that came up that were just more so like, oh, I'm finna test the spirit, or I'm going to see what this is really about. And you could feel the rigidness. You could feel how the encounter wasn't, I don't want to say genuine, but it wasn't the same type of spirit. It wasn't that humble. I don't even want to say submissive, but that let me just leave it in God's hands type of spirit, compared to well, I'm gonna go see what, I don't know. I don't know how to put it in better words, but there was a difference. And yeah, it's just, life is already too hard. Don't make it harder on yourself. But that's all I got for now. Until next time.